What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and we are here at the Nerd Castle with the next episode of our DayZ First Impressions coverage. You'll notice we're playing a different character right now. I don't know, I logged out and I logged back in, and all my gear was gone and I was on a different character. Same server, same everything. So as I was saying, it's alpha, so there are a lot of bugs to be aware of. So let's figure out where the hell we are. It even started my character. You will recall that we were up in kind of a little hamlet area where we were trying to find some liquids, and it looks as though they have changed the course of action for us. Our character is saying that he feels run down, so apparently there have been previous actions which have taken place before we got here. Let's move slowly since we're back to having nothing again. But I suppose that's the nature of alpha. You never quite know what's going wrong. Looks like there's a dock over here. Let me get down to the flatlands. We'll check this building too. And let me get down to the flatlands and we'll figure out... There's a lighthouse over there. I seem to remember a lighthouse being an indicator of some major metropolitan area, but I don't really remember. That door's not going to open for us. These doors? Oh, we found one of those rare buildings that still remains closed off. Let's not hassle with it too much. Let's head off this way. Now, I have been having some problems. I'll talk about some of the things in the alpha you should be aware of. At least for me personally, I'm running an NVIDIA chipset right now, NVIDIA card, and I'm having problems with graphical artifacting. After about 20 to 30 minutes, it seems like the graphics card is overheating only when playing this game. My my frames per second will take a giant dive. After about 30 to 45 minutes of playing, as you can see, our character's getting wiped out. That could be a major issue to some people, but as I talked about in the first episode, I don't really mind losing all my stuff in DayZ. I find that getting all this stuff is the most fun you can have in the game. Looks like there's a little hamlet over here. Let's head on over and see what we can find. I didn't design this character either. It's just assigning me random characters at this point. I have no idea. I keep carefully designing my character to look awesome, and then I just end up with these random creations of the server. We takes what we gets. At least we get to play the game. At least we know at this point that standalone is existing and functioning. I do like how the game's animations feel a little bit cleaner. I do like how all the buildings are now accessible, but there are bugs to be aware of. There are constantly critters kind of clipping through the floor and attacking you from below. Just little things that you should be aware of when playing the game. So if you're easily frustrated, that light's not moving. I think that's a train station or something if I remember the animation model properly. I'm going to leave the flashlight in there as a distraction for anybody that might be coming here from alternative locations. They might think that there's somebody in there and it'll act as a decoy. They'll go over there first. It's not the best plan, but it's all we've got, you guys. I scribbled it on a napkin. It's all the materials that I had. Bearskin rug. We should totally take that. Although it looks more like antelope skin, or maybe just cow skin. Some sort of uninteresting skin. We've got a plain white tee. We've got some pants going on. We've got some what look like Adidas trainers. I think all the shoes in the game right now are Adidas trainers. Don't quote me on it, but they're the only things that I've found so far. There's nothing lootable here. So let's hit the next house down the road. As of right now, I've had terrible, terrible luck with loot. I don't know if they modify the loot spawns in the standalone versus... I don't know. I feel like I have much better luck in the mod, but maybe it's me just having a sugar-coated memory. And if you have to choose a type of memory, I've got a sweet tooth, so a sugar-coated memory is the one that I fall back on first. Nothing to loot in here. Let's keep on trucking. If you double tap the vault key now, it'll make you do that little bunny hop, which is pretty sweet. I don't like to call it a bunny hop. I call it a bear hop because it sounds more manly to me. The bunny hop, that sounds feminine. That sounds like something a girl would do. Our character is clearly, he's been lifting the weights. He's ready to go with the zombie apocalypse, so I'm going to reclassify it as a bear hop. But maybe he wants to call it a bunny hop. Maybe he loves baby bunnies. If that's the case, I apologize, nameless character, and we can continue calling it a bunny hop, but you've got to express yourself. You got to let me know before I assign names to things. Anything in this shed? What is that? It looks like there's something on the ground right there, but I can't tell. Like a little Tamagotchi turd or something. Guess that door's not going to open. What is that? A weapon flashlight. Weird. It's universally attachable to weapons. If we only had a weapon. If we only had a weapon, my friends. We've got bloodstains and what looks like TTSKO pants. Not even sure what that means. However, what we can do is transfer over all of our stuff. I'm going to move the battery to the flashlight. There we go. And so the attachment system's a little bit easier to manage. We've got ourselves some new pants that have a little bit more cargo space, which is nice. One of those. Spring Hunter pants with 6 slots. I'm not going to take them. We'll just leave them. There's a barn in the back of this location, too. I love that new jump animation. If I had to pick one thing that I like very, very much from this, it's that jump animation. It makes me happy. It makes me very happy. Let's check the train station. I found a lot of shotguns and things around train stations before, so using that power of memory, hopefully we'll find something useful. So far, we've got some killer pants, though. Nothing to scoff at. Scoff, scoff. That tree is illuminated. He's the Socrates of trees. Oh, it's because that... Is it that lamp that's causing that to happen? I'm not going to stand around the light source. That seems like a really bad idea. Ooh, there's a big barn back there, too. We may be in luck, my friends. We may be in luck. There is loot still remaining here, although that door is open. Let's check Big Barn first, before anybody else does. We'll check that barn back there. We'll check this one first, though. I'm going to avoid using a flashlight for now. Simply because I don't want to give away my position. Remaining covert really seems to be the plan of the moment in this game for me. So I don't see anything useful in the barn. Yeah, it is. It's the lamp. Okay, I thought there might be a flashlight laying around. We'll check this one too. I think this is the barn model that has the little side room. Yeah, there it is. Can't see worth dick right now, but looks like those are pants on the ground. Some blue jeans. I'm not feeling that casual. Not feeling that casual. It appears as though I'm stuck in walk mode, which is lovely. The hotkey in order to unbind yourself from walk mode is to double tap the shift key, but it doesn't work quite as nicely as you might assume. For example, I am mashing the key right now, and nothing good is happening. Everything terrible in life is happening to us right now. Well, I suppose I'll have to get by on sprinting then until I can get this thing alleviated. We'll check this barn over here. Although I think sprinting around is a terrible idea. Nothing in there. This has happened to me on multiple occasions now when I've just been walking, and the game just randomly decides to put me into walk mode and then will never unbind from walk mode. It's a strange, strange bug. Nothing in there, and it doesn't appear as though there's anything on the other side. I will say the standalone is very loot light. It is incredibly loot light. By this point in the mod, I tend to have found myself all kinds of goody loot, and I heard the sound of a zombie, so let's get low. Well, I wanted to make sure, but there's nothing over here either. But as I was saying, the standalone seems to be incredibly loot light. Now, I don't know if that's just me having weird perceptions, but finding stuff in this game aside from old discarded clothing is pretty much not gonna happen. There's a zombie over there. There's one over there too. Oh wow, they're all over the hills around here. Okay, well, having come out of this situation with nothing to show for it, we might hit some of those other buildings over there. But one of my big concerns about LPing this game is that if you don't end up finding loot, or you don't end up at least something interesting... What is that? A can opener. Can't hurt to take along. Oh, you can rotate items down here in the preview too. Cool. Can I stab somebody with a can opener? Can I get super prison mode about it? God, I wish. How awesome would that be? I really hate the fact that I'm stuck in run mode right now, or that I'm stuck in walk mode. And believe me, I am absolutely 100% mashing on the shift key trying to get it to unfix, but I don't know what causes it. But it's happened to me 3 or 4 times now, being stuck in this mode. Now, I believe we already hit that house over there. Oh, Zambi. So let's stay low. I can't go prison mode with a can opener, unfortunately. And since we've already hit all these over here, let's take a moment and figure out the lay of the land. I don't really know where I am. I'd be willing to bet I'm out in the eastern side of the southern map, out by the shore somewhere. Because if I'm on the western side, I typically identify where I am fairly quickly. Hearing the sounds of zombies makes me nervous. Are these little sheds lootable? Let's check these little sheds. If there's anything in here, I want to make use of it. You never know where you're going to find that magical fire axe of zombie slaying that's going to get you through the day. +5. Although it doesn't look like it has a door. A doorless shed. This is the worst designed shed ever. Who made this thing? It's a box, not a shed. It's a container. Let's hit that little house then. I think the zombies are night blind, and that's why they aren't seeing me. I haven't been able to experiment a whole lot with how the zombies work inside of the combat system. Oh, here's a sign. Let's figure out where we're at. Sign, you are so helpful right now. Nothing like those Cyrillic signs to figure out where you're at. Continue staying low in the hopes that that zombie won't get me. Let's bust this piece open. Yep, continuing to be very, very loot light. It just randomly shifted me out of... I was holding the key down the entire time right there, and it just randomly shifted me into running. Luckily, I'm not in a life or death situation, so it's alright. It's alright. I find in these sheds it's easier to locate loot if you sort of just accept it and go to the tab screen and look for the associated loot that's laying around. Do this house last, but I'm not holding out a lot of hope right now. Oh, it randomly shifted me back into walk mode again. God. I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe it's because I'm exhausted. That could be it. Maybe I'm exhausted and I just don't know how the game works. House, show me to your assortment of delicious jams and jellies. House is like, I don't have any jam or jelly. This house sucks. I hate being me. I hate you being you too, House. How about you give me some loot? I hope you burn down. I hope zombies figure out fire and they burn you down. You too, sheet metal shed. Well, we've expunged all of our options, my friends. We can follow these railroad tracks and see where those lead us. I would almost guarantee we're out towards the southeast end of the map. I remember those mountains. I remember it being really desolate out this way too. I'm not going to walk on the train tracks. I'm not going to do any stand by me action here. Because we'll go to see a dead body and it'll turn out being my own. Leaving myself vastly exposed like that. Oh, there's more houses over there. Good. Let's go find stuff for treasure. I don't think you can speed up the game. I've already tried the hotkeys, just to see if I can speed up travel times. If I do end up making this a series that we play, I was thinking about doing Wednesdays. Like, that would be the wordplay joke. It would be wins and then with days at the end. I bet somebody else has already thought of that, though. I don't want to get sued. I'll have to do a couple searches and figure out if anybody's vetoed that idea before I even put it in motion. But that's been my idea, is that on Wednesday we play DayZ. Zombie, you be good. I don't have a weapon. I am no threat to you right now, zombie. All I wish is to be friends. I come in peace. If I had weapons, I would come to put you in pieces. That would be the differentiating factor between now and then. Well, Big Shed, please don't let me down. Big Shed, I would love to find anything at this point. Just put anything on the ground. A 2x4. Whatever you feel would be pertinent to my adventure. Because right now, this adventure is not very adventure-y. There we go. It's listening to me. There's some work gloves that we've now put on. A burlap sack. I suppose. What is a burlap sack good for? What does one do with said burlap sack? Well, if I don't know what you do, I don't want you anymore, so go away, burlap sack. Maybe we put seeds or something in it for later. What is this? A small gas canister. Sure. I shall take you, small gas canister. Oh wait, there's something on the ground right there, too. A radar cap. Yeah, we got ourselves a beanie now. Straight out of Compton. We are doing it. Oh, there's a zombie right outside the window. I saw him. I saw him. Well, then we won't want to go out the back door. We'll want to go straight out the front. At least we found something in this building. Is it bad that I'm excited when we find anything at all? I'm going to stay low because that zombie, who knows how her peripherals are looking. Like, my peripheral abilities right now are really bad because I've had an attack of Meniers lately, and it has sucked. It has been absolutely miserable. I hope nobody you know ever ends up with Meniers. It is god-awful. And so, hopefully that zombie is suffering the way that I frequently suffer, and is just having the spins, can't get anything done, and is in a miserable state of mind, just being bitchy to all of her friends, until finally the other zombies decide to take her out back and give her the old yeller. Zombies are known to do that, by the way. That's a little-known zombie behavior. You had to talk to David Attenborough to get that one out, but seeing as we found loot in that other building, maybe we'll find loot in one of these areas. I'm thinking it may just be the overpopulation of the servers, just so many people running around playing the standalone right now, that loot is at a hardcore premium along the coast. I'm going to check the remainder of these houses, because why the hell not? He crouch walks kind of funny. He's like, nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Then again, he's probably like, show me your crouch walking skills, asshole. Yeah, I can't crouch walk for dick. My knees make a little poppy noise. They're like crack, crack, crack. Oh, that almost went just preposterously. Oh, don't look this way, zombie. Don't look this way. I will can opener you. I will open your cans with this can opener, zombie. The fact that you're female is the only reason why that makes sense. If you were a male zombie, I don't know. No, do not run. Swiftness is not a virtue right now. Or swiftiosity, as I like to call it. The zombies don't really seem to be that perceptive, to the point where it might just be because it's nighttime. They may be night blind. I seem to remember in the mod they were really, really nerfed at night too. So some people like to play at night just so you can avoid the zombies. I personally, I feel the need to apologize to you guys that every single West Coast server is nighttime right now. I don't know who conspired against this LP to do such a thing, but it's nighttime all around. I think I hit probably 25 servers, all West Coast, all hosted by different organizations, and every single one is nighttime. And unfortunately, since I'm not privy to the command to figure out whether or not the server time is discernible, I don't know if that's a thing that you can do by clicking on the server in the server browser. I don't know a whole lot of information about the game. I wanted to preserve it and make it sort of a first look. I like it though. I'm going to be playing this game a hell of a lot. Now, as for this building, nothing here either. What is that blue thing? Oh yeah, a gas canister. Little butane canister. Do not throw in fire or operate near an open flame. You don't tell me what to do. This is zombie apocalypse mode. You don't know. I might have to use it. Oh, that's a potted plant. I thought that was a bucket, and I was like, yeah, at least we got a bucket. We're moving on up in the seal world. If not the zombie survival world among seals, we are now a gentleman, for we contain a bucket in our inventory. Well, this whole adventure is looking very lackluster at this point. I suppose we'll continue to keep the water at our back and head westward. It looks like there is an arrangement of buildings over there. That might be Chernogorsk? I don't remember. I don't remember the names of any of the cities right now. Going over there is probably just a piss-miserable idea. But, as I always say, we have nothing to lose, so let's be on our way out there. I am going to keep panning and scanning lightly for zombies, though, as we run. If you all don't mind. In fact, while we travel, I think I'm going to break off the episode right here. We're going to leave this one really short, and when we come back, I will be at this location over here. I'm going to try not to log out, because the game likes to delete my characters, apparently. But in the next episode, we will loot through all of this stuff and figure out what there is to be taken among those kind of housing blocks, I guess. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. If you're new to the channel, my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in this, our first playthrough of the DayZ standalone. I hope you've been liking it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and farewell. So unfortunately, at this point, I realize I said we were going to run over to those apartment buildings, but I'm just going to do my final impressions right now. Unfortunately, the game will not save my characters no matter what I do. I've tried a number of things from the forums. Every time I log out, it deletes my character. So as of right now, the first impressions of the game for me are this. If you like DayZ, DayZ Standalone is much more streamlined. The FPS is better. You have better detail. You have better textures. The items are cooler. There's a lot more unique stuff. The inventory system has been widely revamped. So basically all the changes you ever wished were in the original DayZ mod have now been transferred over into this standalone. But right now, with where the alpha is at, I can't say that I justify paying $29.99 for the game. The fact and point for me is just that losing my character every time I log out has pretty much murdered the game for me, to the point where I can't even LP it with you guys anymore, and I can't show you any more real gameplay because every time I log out, I lose everything we've done. So right now what we've got is we've got 3 separate characters running around doing 3 separate things. The game is doing weird stuff to my graphics card. I don't know if that's a wide thing with everybody else, but I am getting strange artifacting from it. I get random frame rate drops down to like 10. And that's the main issue right there, is that when the frame rate drops down, you have to reset the game to get it to stop. And when you come back in, it's deleted your character. And so the whole thing has been a little frustrating for me, but I understand it's an alpha. So as of right now, if you're not attached to your character, if you want to lose your character every time you log out, or if you want to have that kind of issue, then go ahead and play the game, and I would give it a full recommendation. Once that issue's solved, the game also seems a lot more loot light than its predecessor, which I'm not so sure is a good thing. That makes the game have a lot less risk versus reward. I've searched dozens of buildings at this point, and I found very, very little loot, even going inland. So anyways, between my characters being deleted and a number of other little foibles, I feel like the game definitely has a long road to hoe. Obviously, it's an alpha. I do want to make that clear. I understand it's an alpha, but as of right now, the $30 price tag, I'm not sure it justifies what you're getting when you could just go play the normal DayZ mod. Just something to think about. So, as of right now, I'm going to give this one a nay as to whether I would pay for it again, knowing what I know now. However, in a few months, after a couple patches, when it's saving characters properly, and once they've made a few fine-tuning adjustments, I would say that you could easily shift it to a yes, given that it does improve a lot of the faults that you're going to find with the normal DayZ mod. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me on this first impression series, these 3 episodes of characters getting deleted, games crashing, and so forth. I hope you've enjoyed it. I am planning on playing this game quite a bit more once things get fixed out, but as of right now, I think I'm going to stick with the basic mod, because you might as well. Take care out there, guys, and I will see you next time.